Hello, hello, everyone. Welcome to Kiki and Kibitz. It's me, Mary, and I am here tonight with a very, very special interview. Now, you guys may or may not recognize this lovely young lady on my screen, but this is Ashley from Love After Lockup, and
Hello.
she is involved in the infamous love triangle this season of Ashley, Julius, and Alexis. So
Yeah.
first, Ashley, thank you for joining me, girl. It took us
You're
a little
welcome.
bit to get together, but patience is a virtue.
Yeah.
And I just wanted to say you are beautiful. Okay.
Thank you. I really
And
appreciate
you
it.
are absolutely glowing. And
Thank
we're
you.
going to talk about all this. So, first, I want to ask you before this whole fiasco, did you ever hear of Love After Lockup? Did you ever watch it?
No, I didn't actually. Um, I was at work one day and I was telling someone, like, because they didn't disclose what the TV show was yet. And I was telling someone about the situation and they was like, I bet you it's Love After Lockup. I'm like, I've never heard of that. What is that? And then I looked it up and I'm like, that would be cool. And then they ended up telling me it's going to be Love After Lockup. And I was like, wow, like, that's crazy because that's a big show.
So,
I didn't realize it was
so
that big.
whose idea was it to do the show?
It was Julius. He
I
asked
knew it.
me.
I knew it. I knew it. I
He,
just had a
he asked me.
right. So, okay, let's start from the beginning, girl.
Hmm.
On the show, you said you met Julius when he called your phone as a wrong number. So why
Yeah.
didn't you just say, okay, no problem, bye, instead of continuing this
I'm
conversation?
just like, I don't know. I'm like one of those spiritual people. I think things happen for a reason, you know what I mean? So I'm like, like I was praying for like a guy to come along. It's weird. You got to be careful what you ask for because I didn't expect it to come in prison form. But I
Right.
don't know. I just felt like he accidentally called me. And it's really weird actually because when I looked him up on Facebook, I had wrote him 3 years prior.
Oh,
And
really?
then, yeah, I was like, "What up?" I just said, "What's up?" And I didn't know that. And then when I looked him up, I saw it pop up on my messages,
Right.
and I was like, "Wow, that's weird." And I told him, I was like, "I wrote you like 3 years ago." I was like, and I don't know. People are saying my number got recycled around in prison and stuff. And I haven't dated anyone in prison, besides Julius. So I don't know
So it
how.
was just like a Facebook post, and you were like, oh, he's cute, and you just said, what's up?
Well, yeah, I saw
Yeah.
his picture.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's weird. Like 3 years, and then he just accidentally calls you 3 years
Yeah.
later.
Yeah, it's really weird.
That is
Really
weird.
weird. I swear, there's no trick to it. Like that's exactly what happened.
So, what were the traits that attracted to you to him in the beginning?
um, the prison talk. You know, I looked at it as because I had just got out of a 2-year relationship and lost a baby, and it was like really depressing. So like I thought me getting to know this person on a mental level,
Right.
you know what I mean, would be very beneficial to me because I'm like I get to know him mentally before physically. When it's kind of hard to you just gotta understand to understand what I'm saying. But yeah,
Did you think he could be potentially a good father figure for your children?
I I thought maybe, okay, he's going to come out and he's going to do all these great things that he says he's going to do. He painted that picture in my head. I didn't do that. And like one day I was on the phone with him and he was like, tell my stepdaughter I said, hey. And I'm like, what? Like,
I
I
see.
don't know. He just plays games. Like he acts like he's going to be this perfect guy and then he ends up being like the complete opposite.
He has a PhD in jail talk.
Yeah, like he really made me believe everything he said. He was really good at it.
So, we saw your friends being a really good support system. Did
Yeah.
anybody in your family know about him?
So, long story short, with my family, like my parents have passed away. So, like, I have a godmom and I
Right.
have her family, but like my blood family, we don't get along. We don't talk at all.
Okay.
So I'm pretty sure they've watched the show, but I literally only speak to my godmom and her family. My other fam, they're not good people, so I just
Right.
keep my distance.
What did your godmom think? Does she know?
Yeah, actually, we filmed with her. So I'm surprised that, I don't know, maybe, I don't know. I'm just surprised that that hasn't popped up. So,
Right.
because we actually filmed at her house.
Oh, interesting. Okay, cool.
Mhm.
So, did your friends try to talk you out of your relationship with him from the beginning?
Yeah, Brittany, especially Brittany, she's known from the very beginning, and Candy, because Candy was there whenever me and
Right.
him would talk all the time, because I worked with Candy. So at night when he would call, like I would always have him on speakerphone. So Candy was there listening to everything. And Brittany, they were just both like, dude, this guy is full of shit. He's not gonna do what he says he is. And I just was like, oh yeah, he is. He's gonna be the best person for me. Like I just went all in with faith. I'm like, I got faith in this. It's gonna be okay. And I
Because
didn't ask for this. It's weird. I didn't ask for any of this. So to get judged and
because
people
you
being
prayed,
mean and
because you prayed for a man and you were hoping that Julius was the
yeah,
prayed for, you
the
know?
answer. That's where I'm like, come on, that story sounds wild. It's like a story you see in a movie.
So why didn't you visit him during that year?
That's a really good question. And I can finally give you guys that answer. I found out the reason I was never approved to be able to see him was because I was on felony probation. You're not allowed, technically,
Right.
I could have violated my probation just speaking to him, and being around him.
Right.
And I didn't know that. So thank God I'm off probation and everything's good. But yeah.
Now, do you want to get into that briefly? Because I have put out that you were arrested
Oh,
and
yeah. So long story short, it's kind of a it's like a roller coaster.
this was
My
back
ex,
2023.
yeah, my ex and I, we have the same exact birthday. So, like, if you were to go to the website with, like, where the all the jail stuff is and type in our birthday, you'll see all of his charges. There was like 4 or 5 domestic violences, 2 violation of protection orders, all this stuff, right? And he ended up putting his hands on me while I was pregnant, which caused me to have hemorrhaging and like I forget what it's called, hemorrhaging around your uterus or something like that. So I ended up being high risk. And long story short, his kids called me mommy, like they were like my babies.
Right.
He had custody of his kids, and if he would have went to jail, what would happen with his kids? You know what I mean? Like I put everybody else before me, so I dropped every single charge against him, every single one,
Okay.
and our baby ended up passing away. So I ended up going mentally crazy, and that's when I retaliated. And that's why you see violation and protection order, domestic violence, all that stuff on my end now,
Right.
because I retaliated. And instead of him dropping the charges like I did for him, he went ahead and went through with them. But I got off easy. All I had to do was do 1 year probation, and I did it, and I'm off. So I don't have any felonies on my record now.
Right.
Nothing like that. Yeah.
And when you met Julius, you were in this vulnerable state of coming out of this
I
relationship.
can barely hear you.
When you met Julius, you were in a
Hmm.
vulnerable state of coming out of this relationship.
Yeah. I can barely hear you. I'm sorry.
Oh, don't worry. If I move closer, does that work?
No, it's just like not loud at all.
Okay, so during the year that you guys were talking, did
Hmm.
you meet or talk to any of his friends or family?
I talked to a guy that he called his brother. I don't know if maybe it was one of the guys that was on the show with him. I forget his name, but like he gave me his information, like because he needed just in case of emergencies and stuff.
Right. Did it raise red flags to you that, he didn't have you in contact with family members and things like that?
Yeah, it's weird because now it all makes sense to me because when he was in jail, he told me that his sister saw my Facebook page and that his sister, and come to find out, me and his sister were friends on Facebook. I didn't know who his sister was. He never told me who she was until I seen pictures of them together. And I'm like, oh, that makes sense. She's the one that's been telling him every time I post something about him. So,
Right?
yeah.
Makes sense. Is it, do you know, is it the same sister that's friends with Alexis?
Um,
One of his sisters is friends with Alexis. I forgot which.
yeah, I know. I think they're both friends with her, but I forget which one's like really close with her.
Right. So, let's talk about the tattoo.
Hmm.
Why did you decide to get his name? Out of all things, why not just his initials or some symbol? Why Julius?
Okay, so I was actually on the phone with him and I was kind of tipsy. We had just got off work, me and Candy, and we because she was a bartender. So, we had a couple of drinks and I was on the phone with Julius. I was like, I'm about to go get your name tatted. I was just playing, I was just seeing what he was gonna do. He was like, yeah. He was like, yeah, do it. He was like, if you get my name, I'll get your name. I'm like, okay, bet. So it was like a spur of the moment thing. I just randomly got his name tattooed, and because he was supposed to get mine tattooed too. And I just thought, oh yeah, this is so cute. We're gonna have matching tattoos.
And what did you think when you found out he didn't get a matching tattoo?
I felt so dumb.
I could
I felt
imagine.
I felt like because now when I watch the show, I'm like, Ashley, come the fuck on. Like, there's no way you were that dumb.
Are you yelling at yourself on TV when you're watching yourself on TV?
Oh my gosh. I'm just like, are you serious? Like I was just, and I actually, the last episode, when we actually met up and I was crying and stuff, I actually cried watching that. I'm like,
Yeah, I can
I
imagine.
felt so bad for me. I was like, damn, that's so fucked up.
I feel bad for you too.
Yeah.
We're gonna get into that because oh my God, that episode made my blood pressure go through the roof.
Oh my God, he is
Oh,
such a douchebag.
so on the show, you said another woman contacted you about her man's name
Yeah.
on you, and he just played it off. So, what did you think at the time?
Well, he said that he's using people in jail because he needed, stuff. So that's why he didn't want me posting anything because there's girls on there that's gonna see, and that's gonna mess up his money.
Yeah, that makes sense as
Yeah.
being a excuse. So on his release day, and now especially watching it back,
Hmm.
do you want to slap yourself for not seeing the red flags?
Yes. I. Oh my God. He is a master manipulator, big time. He is the he's the best at manipulation.
Yeah.
And looking back, I'm just like, I can't believe. And the thing is, what did I didn't do? He didn't get anything. What did he get out of asking me to be on a TV show to break my heart in front of millions of people and make me embarrass me? Like, what did he get from that? It doesn't make any sense. He took some woman who was heartbroken already and vulnerable and just lost everything that she loved. And he just was like, oh, let me break her some more. This is going to be funny. I'm going to get
And
views
he
off of this.
knew, and he knew about your trauma, right?
Yes.
Told him everything.
Yeah. And I have my daughter that passed away. This is her right here with her name. Like the fact that I got his name right next to that, like the disrespect. Like I cannot believe I allowed myself to get disrespected to that extent. He's a horrible person.
Major,
Even to this day, like he's a horrible person. The way he talks, his persona, the things he believes in, everything. He's just evil.
major douchebag vibes. And I cannot believe he's bringing a child into this world.
I heard she already had the baby.
Yeah, I'm just so when he finally arrived at the hotel and you opened up the door, what was your first thought?
I couldn't believe how tall he was.
Okay.
I had to look up at him. I was like, wow, he's tall. Like, he was really tall.
You were fangirling him big time.
Yeah. I looked the way I looked like a little kid in a candy store. I was like, the way I was looking at him, I was like, oh,
Yeah, you were like fangirling. You were like, oh my God. Oh my.
I know. Yeah. It was like I seen a celebrity or something.
So then once he started talking and your conversation pursued, when did it like click for you that this,
Because he kept just sitting there on his phone. And he didn't show up with a birthday present. He didn't call me till almost 5 o'clock in the evening. He didn't say good morning. He didn't say happy birthday. Nothing. Everything was just like, I'm like, I just knew. I've got that vibe. I just knew. I just knew.
girl, I don't know how you didn't take his phone and chuck it out the window.
Oh my gosh, I know. See, I was on probation. I didn't want to get in trouble for.
Oh, girl, I don't blame you. So now I have to ask you, why did you leave the hotel room? Why didn't you just throw his ass out?
I don't know. I don't know. That was like, it almost looked like it was supposed to be that way, like it was told to be that way. But no, I just randomly ran out I just couldn't, because I'm the type of person, like, when I get really mad, like, I say really mean shit.
Right.
And I knew his cameras was rolling and I didn't want to embarrass myself. So I just removed myself from the situation and kind of get like a breath, because it was just all overwhelming. It was so overwhelming.
Grab some beef jerky, start chewing on it. Girl, you were cracking me up when you were talking about the beef
I
jerky.
swear to God, beef jerky is so good. And then people are talking so much shit about it. They're like, why would you want to eat beef jerky before you meet somebody? Like, obviously, I brush my teeth. Like, beef jerky doesn't smell like onions or nothing. Like, it's just beef jerky. Come on.
Hmm.
Who cares?
That is
I love beef jerky.
so when you were
Like a
walking
hate on
when you
it.
were watching the shit back, and
Hmm.
the producer asked Julius, "So you're gonna chase after her?" And he was like, "Nah, my leg hurts." And
I
eyeing your birthday cake. Oh my God, I was yelling at the fucking screen. I was like, "Are you?"
I lost it. I lost it. He looked like he was terrified. He was scared of what I was going to do next. He looked terrified, and he should be.
He should have been. Should have been
Yeah.
terrified.
He's lucky the cameras was rolling, because no, if they wasn't, I don't know.
So, how do you feel about him saying that you look different and you catfished him?
The thing is, he was just in my inbox a couple of weeks ago, and I actually screenshotted and posted it, but then I deleted it. He was in my inbox telling me, that I'm not ugly, and he called me and he was like, you need to take this and you need to capitalize on it. You need to, like, trying to be cool with me, like telling me I need to capitalize off what he put me through. I'm just like, you have the nerve to like be like, hey, I know I broke your heart, but you
Made
can
you
use it
look
to your
like
advantage.
made you look like a total idiot on national TV, but hey, use it to your advantage.
Exactly.
So,
He's
how did you feel hearing him say, "Girl, you got the wrong idea"? I don't know how you didn't slap him though.
I wanted to so bad. I wanted to smack him so bad, but I had to remind myself, I'm a grown up now.
On probation, but
Yeah, I can't keep running around smacking people. So, yeah. So, I'm sorry, what was the question?
how did you feel hearing him say that you got the wrong idea?
Oh yeah, like the first thing that came to my mind was that message that he texted me right before he got out, and he swore, he was like, "I promise you, I'm going to be the man that you need me to be when I come home." That was the first thing that came to my mind. I'm
So
like,
you
"Really?"
guys were talking pretty much steadily up until he came home. Right.
Yeah,
I know you guys were
we
on
had a break. I
yeah,
don't know how long the break was, but we did have a break.
right,
But we ended up, getting back together before he ended up getting out.
right.
And it's funny because he was supposed to use my godmom's house address to parole to.
That was
When that got when that got denied, guess what he did? He ran to Alexis's house.
See, he did a live recently saying that the reason why he did what he did to you was because he needed an address that he
Yeah,
couldn't
he
elect.
did.
He couldn't use Alexis's address, and he needed an
I'm
address.
so sorry. Hold on. Hold on.
Oh,
I'm so
don't
sorry.
worry, you got it. So that was your godmom's address that he was supposed to use,
Yeah, he was supposed to use my god, and it's weird because on the show he said he was going to use his godmom's house. He's talking to Alexis, and he says, "I'm going to use my godmom's house to parole to." So, how was he going to come out, use my godmom's address to parole to, and live with Alexis? That wasn't going to happen. He couldn't use me, and he realized that, so he got with Alexis,
right?
and poor thing.
So
I
what
she
what
felt I feel so bad. That's horrible. She's stuck with him for life now.
oh, I
My
know.
God, I could not. I
And
could not
like
do
from
that.
what I see on the show and online, I would not want to be stuck with somebody like that for the rest of my life. As my child's father, no. No, 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 no.
No.
What kind of future plans did you guys talk about?
He told me as soon as he got out, he wanted to have a baby.
Wow.
I mean, he ended up doing that with Alexis, but
Right. Yeah, yeah, he did.
yeah.
So when did you find out about that you're filming, that you're basically part of a love triangle with Alexis, that this whole, this whole thing is being filmed and now,
I didn't know up until the point he told me in the hotel room. That's when it all made sense. And I'm like, and I asked him, I was like, so you was with her yesterday?
right?
And that's when he told me in the hotel room, that's when I finally found out there was someone else. And in the back of my mind, I kept denying it. I'm like, there's no way he would do that. But
Now, how do you feel about production not giving you a heads up and
I just want to say that the industry is shisty. Like, they pretended to care about me, but they used every single bad thing about me to their advantage to exploit me.
of course, because they want the drama. They don't want to
Yeah.
see other people.
Like, some of the stuff that they post and stuff, it's
Yeah, I know,
just,
girl. I know.
yeah, horrible.
So how was your filming experience as a whole?
It was actually fun. It was fun until that day,
Right,
like, until everything came crashing down. It was fun.
right.
Yeah.
So, what do you hope to achieve using your platforms now that you are on a reality TV show?
I want to get my music out there. My
That's
music, my music is so good, and I don't care if anyone comments and says anything otherwise because I know it's good, and my music is it can touch people's hearts. Like, it's not really music you would hear on the radio. It's more like music you would hear in movies or something. Like, I just want to get it out there because I'm very, very talented and I can write one hell of a song.
There we go. We gotta
Yeah.
you, girl.
And he's trying to use that platform too, but his shit just sounds like auto tune and dumb.
I don't. I'm sorry. I've heard your music.
Understand what he's saying.
I was about to say, I've heard your music, I've heard his music. I know I'm kind of part of the older generation, but at least I
Mhm.
understand what you're saying. I don't understand a word.
Yeah,
I'm sorry. I'm like, what? At least with you, I understand the lyrics. I could actually understand what you're singing. Him, I'm like, I'm
his music
old.
sucks.
Maybe it's just me. I'm old. I don't know, but yeah.
Yeah. No.
So, how has social media and I'm afraid to ask you this, how has the social media feedback been for you?
At first, I thought it was funny. I would read all the comments and I just thought everything was funny. And
Right.
I would even share some of the stuff and laugh with them. And then one day I was reading the comments and I was just like, it kind of hit me. Like it was, I was just reading like all these mean comments. Like people are calling me, first of all, they're calling me a catfish. Let me clear this up. The show chose what pictures they wanted to use.
Okay.
I didn't submit those. They went on my social media and picked what pictures they wanted to use for the show. So they made it look like I sent him all these old pictures of being catfished him. And it's just, who cares? That I did used to look like that. I was fucking hot. I still am, but I just look different now. Like
Right.
I'm 100 pounds heavier,
Right.
literally.
Right.
When me and him first started talking, I was about 150, 160. And by the end of it, I ended up being 246, but I just lost 20. So now I'm 226.
There you go.
And it's just, I gained weight. I shouldn't be humiliated just because I gained weight. Like, that doesn't make no sense.
It
And
happened.
people are saying I deserve what happened to me. Like, how do I deserve what happened to me? And that's so mean.
That is mean, and no, you don't deserve having that happen to you. And who cares if you gained weight?
Exactly.
If he's that vain, I don't know what to tell you. So,
Right. Right.
um, here we go. We could see the tattoo being covered up right there. I was gonna say, girls, show us the tattoo being covered up because I know everybody wants to see that. So, would you recommend a relationship with someone incarcerated? Like if one of your girls came to you and said, "Hey, my new man's in jail," what would you tell her?
No, run. Run as far as you can and do not look back.
There
That's
you go.
probably the worst, especially if you have children.
Yeah,
That's what, like, I look back and I agree with some people. Like, how could I imagine that he would be a good role model? Because I believed what he said, but when it came to light, it's like, yeah, he's not.
yeah. But
Yeah.
but
And
see,
his karma is he's having a little girl. So now he's gonna,
yeah,
that little girl, she's gonna be beautiful most likely. And would he want someone to treat his little girl the way he treated us?
I would certainly hope not.
Exactly.
And you're
What's
right,
he gonna do when his daughter comes home and says, "Daddy," or she comes home crying and says, he broke my heart."
right? Exactly. What is he gonna do?
Hmm.
So, are there any misconceptions that you have seen about yourself out there that you want to clear up?
That I mean, it's not really, who cares really? Get off, baby. Go. My dog keeps trying to jump on me. Queen, go. I didn't catfish anyone. I didn't purposely like lie. I didn't lie about anything. I was literally myself on the show. You saw me on some scenes with no makeup. You saw me on some scenes with makeup.
Right.
I wasn't dolled up the whole time because I didn't care. So people's persona of me, like I'm just some fat girl who was obsessed with somebody in jail. That's not how I should be viewed because I'm better than that.
So, the one thing that I saw on your social media that really put a impression on me, you say you have nothing against Alexis.
Of course.
He
Yeah.
really
She
did,
seems like such a sweetheart.
yes, and he did both of you guys really dirty.
Hmm.
If you were to have a message for her, what would it be?
Um, I'm sorry. I don't know because I didn't, that hurt, you know what I mean? And now she's so involved with him now. There's no turning back for her. I got lucky. I got out.
Right.
And I just hope that for her going forward, she doesn't let him continue to embarrass her or degrade her because she's a sweetheart. You can tell she's a good person, and he took that and ran with it. And I
Yeah.
just feel so bad for her. So yeah, I'm sorry.
Yeah. Um, so just give me 1 second. So, what advice would you give to someone that's already in a relationship with an inmate and they insist that everything's going to be perfectly fine?
To literally prepare themselves for the worst. You have to prepare yourself for the worst. So that way, if the worst happens, you're prepared, like you know.
Right. Right. Going back to Alexis for a little bit. Did you see online that Julius's ex released some messages between him and between her and Julius, and basically he was downgrading his relationship with Alexis and making fun of,
Yeah.
yeah.
And she was using Alexis's information to video chat him. And it's weird because now that I think about it, I did video chat with him 3 times.
Okay.
And I used her account.
Alexis's account.
Yes. It had to have been.
Right.
Because he did it with the other girl. Who
Right.
else is she was the only one approved to see him.
Wow.
So those times he video chatted with me,
Right.
because my JPay wasn't approved or whatever it's called
Right.
to see him.
So when he was sending you messages and you guys were talking, did you ever think that one of these girls that he was using for money may,
Mhm.
maybe more, like the relationship may be more than just using for money?
Yeah, I just knew that he would say anything to get what he wanted.
Right.
And I didn't think, and because in my view, he didn't ask me for no money. I never sent him any money. He made it seem like he's using those other girls' money to talk to me.
Okay.
You
I
know what I mean?
I see what you mean. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, if I don't have these chicks, then I'm gonna have to ask you for money so we can talk. I totally see what you mean.
Yeah.
So, do you have a final message for the fans?
For the fans that support me,
Either way, the fans that support you and the fans
yeah.
not so nice.
If you support me, I love you so much. But if you don't, fuck you.
There you go. There you go. So, I saw what you posted today, and
Yeah.
good looking. He is
Huh?
good looking, and I'm
Yeah.
so happy for you. Um,
Mhm.
you want to spill a little bit about him?
Okay, so he is young too,
Okay.
unfortunately, but I've known him for years. He goes by Solo, and he's an artist as well. He's very, very, very talented. I would say he's like a rock and roll rap type guy. And he is an awesome father. He gets his daughter every weekend, and I'm good friends with the daughter's mother as well. So
Oh,
there's no baby mama drama. Mm-mm.
that is
Like we support each other. If she's with us for the weekend, I send her pictures, stuff like that. Everybody gets along, no drama. It's just, and he loves me so much. And we just didn't work out before because I kind of had like a drinking issue when I was going through my depression. But now that I'm sober and I'm happy, like we reunited, and it's just, I'm so happy. Like I don't know how to describe it. I just really hope this happiness just stays because he's the best. And
everything.
my son adores him.
Oh,
My son loves him. Like they have a great bond.
your kids are adorable, by the way.
Thank you.
So, what does he think about this whole show? Like, do you guys watch the show together?
We do. Yeah, he just supports me. He's like, dude, look at all the views you're getting. He'll be like, we got to make some music or we need to get a song together. Like he's like, saying like use it to your best
Exactly.
advantage.
Use it to your best advantage. Yes.
Yeah.
Did you and Julius bond over music too?
Um, it's weird. Every time I spoke with Julius about music, like he never really wanted to talk about it. He was always like, I got my own studio, my own people,
Oh,
I don't know. But I bet you he didn't realize how talented I was, and I bet you he's stupid now. Feels stupid.
that's what he does.
Hmm.
Does. Well, girl, I wish you all the best. Thank,
Thank you.
thank you so much for joining me. Um, when you have actually, I have a couple of links to your Facebook with your music I'm going to put in. So
Okay,
you could go check out your music. And
thank you.
want to let the people know where they can find you on social media so they can follow you.
Yeah, so my Instagram is Lady Eternity Official, and then my other one of me and my family is Lady Eternity underscore family. And then on Facebook, I'm Ashley Neal, or you can type in Lady Eternity, it will pop up too.
Perfect. Okay.
Hmm. And I'm Lady Eternity on TikTok too.
There you go. So make sure you guys follow her everywhere.
Thank you.
Well, thank you so much for joining me. Thank you, everybody, for watching, and have a good night.